Good morning, Polly. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. For those of you who are regulars, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, my name is Emilio Jose Garcia, and my mission in life is to make intentional living simple, fun, and available to any person on the planet. So it doesn't matter where you guys are, you can reach these live sessions from your device. Good afternoon from Stockholm, Sweden. Amazing, from Sweden. I am originally from Spain, from Europe, and I was in Sweden actually in 2012. Beautiful city. I really love. I took a tour in the river. Amazing. Good morning, Marisa. I have also been in Chicago. I was there for a training for a full week. It was winter time, so it was really cold, but I enjoyed it. Hi, Amy from AZ. Not sure what that is. Arizona, I guess. So yeah, today's session is all about time management. And why time management? And why do I do so many sessions on time management? It's because every time we are trying to make changes in our lives, and especially trying to declutter our homes, try to be more intentional, try to practice more mindfulness and self-care, try to master our finances, try to master the paperwork that we have, all the piles of papers. One of the challenges that everybody shares with me when I ask them what's standing on your way, guess what that is? Just reply to me. When people contact me because they need help and I ask them, what's your challenge right now? Why can't you get this done? So what are some of the challenges that you think they are facing? I'm sure they are the same ones that you face, and they are the same that I face too. So one is clutter, okay? But why? Okay, I don't have enough time for that. Amazing. So that's one, right? That's one of the biggest one. I don't have time for that. Okay? So the three main challenges, in case you are curious, are I feel overwhelmed. So the emotional aspect of it, okay? I feel overwhelmed. I don't know how to get started. Okay, I don't have a system. I don't know where to get started. So it's too overwhelming and I don't have a practical step-by-step system to follow to be able to get started. Okay, and the third one is I don't have time. I don't have enough time. Or I feel, and I always tell people like, okay, we all have 24 hours in a day. So right now you feel like you don't have time. But the reality, the majority of the times, is that we all have time. We have 24 hours every day to do what we want. So many times we place that time doing things and maybe they are not things that are aligned with us. Maybe we don't feel well because we are not spending our time intentionally, okay? And that's why today I want to cover a great book that I really like. And when it comes to time management, there are a lot of different strategies. So I have shared different books. I have shared like Essentialism. I have shared like many other books that you can see the recordings, right? Good morning from Santa Fe. I am late for time management. Susan, you are in the right place. Let's fix you. I'm just kidding. It's fine. Thank you for being here. So this is the book that I'm covering today, okay? It's called Time Management from the Inside Out. And it's by Julie Morgenstern, okay? So Julie Morgenstern, I have done a few sessions about her and the things that she teaches, okay? She has different kinds of books on physical clutter. She has Organizing from the Inside Out. She has a beautiful book about parenting called Time to Parent that I did cover in a past session. And this book is all about time management. And it's not a new book. It's been around for a while. But honestly, it's still so relevant, okay? It's still so relevant. And that's why I want to share the contents of this book with you. Having too much time is sometimes a problem. Beth, I think, why do you have so much time? I'm curious because I want some of that time. Give it to me. No, I know what you mean. Sometimes, and this is something that the book says, sometimes when you have too much time in your hands and you don't have anything that you are doing with it, that causes anxiety to a lot of people. And we will dive into the why. Because the why sometimes is because when we have time, and we are with ourselves, we have time to reflect, we have time to let emotions come out, we start questioning life, we start questioning about what's next for me, what should I be doing, am I doing the right thing, what are my passions. Guys, when we cover our basic human needs and we have extra time, that's what happens to so many of us, that we just don't know what to do with it. And it is uncertain. It feels difficult to know. It feels difficult to go inside and really extract it. It's not that simple. It requires time. It requires spending time with yourself. And so many times we don't love ourselves as much to spend so much time with ourselves. That's the self-love that we have to do, the self-care, that we need to learn how to be with ourselves. We need to learn how to accept whatever comes out, because whatever comes out, it's coming out for a reason. And when we have time and we are not busy, we are allowing ourselves to let those things come out. But when they come out, they are scary sometimes. They are uncertain. They are unfamiliar. They feel uncomfortable. Okay? And that's why so many times we tend to be too busy, because when we are too busy, we don't have time for those things. But those things are the most important things that we have to do in life. Because if we don't take the time for that, we are going to create a life that we are not going to like. Okay? So the book, are you guys ready to dive into the book? Are you guys cool? Do you have any questions before we get started? Or are you ready to go? Just let me know. Okay, so I see. Okay, let's go. Deep dive. Amazing. Going on disability and working on healing. I feel like all my time is as a professional patient medically. I used to have such a full, meaningful, active life. I am trying to surrender to what is and find new ways to use my time. Thank you so much, Amy, for sharing that. And that's something that you will see that the book covers. Sometimes we have external limitations that we have no control over, and we just have to be okay, embrace them. And I know it's really hard. It must be really hard not to be able to do what you used to do. I can imagine how difficult that must be. I will be probably like losing my cool for sure. So Susan says, yes, absolutely, too much time, empty nester, need to learn to be alone without anxiety. Spot on, Emilio. Susan, great awareness. Empty nester. So you have gone from spending your entire life taking care for other people and loving them and having their company, having their energy around, to now you are completely alone, right? You are alone in your home and it feels so empty. It feels so weird, so different. And that's something that it takes time, right? Because how long have you been taking care of those little humans for, right? How long? It's been probably 20, 30 years maybe. So now you are facing a new reality in your life, a new stage of your life that can be exciting, but you just have to allow yourself the time to rediscover yourself in this stage of life. So you have to come up with your theme. What's your theme for life now that is exciting to you? And sometimes that's really scary because you have to let go of everything that you used to do, everything that occupied your time, and you are left with openness and you don't know what to do with it. So it's okay to feel uncomfortable. It's okay to don't have answers. It's okay. Whatever is coming up for you, it's fine. It's good. You are just exploring. You are just in uncharted territories again, discovering what's in there, discovering your opportunities, your options, and then seeing what feels good to you. Okay? So just be patient and be curious and be a child, be playful, and then explore things, see how you feel about them. Sometimes too much time means a lack of a deadline. You think I can always do it later. That's a great point, CJ. Spot on. So many times if we don't assign a deadline to a task, the task will grow infinitely. So for example, I'm creating a new course here for Insight Timer, okay? And it's a 30-day course about how to create your clutter-free home. And I don't have a specific deadline, so I've been kind of dragging, I can do it tomorrow. So now I booked a flight to go to Spain in November 18th. So I'm going to Spain for 2 weeks. So that's gonna be my deadline. And now I am excited and motivated because I have a specific deadline to finish the course. Before it was kind of like, there is nothing in the horizon. I can just keep doing it slowly, right? So yeah, that really helps. We have our own business and I have become very efficient, so have more time to do what? Beth, that's the nice thing. You can discover what you want to do with that time. And that's something that the book starts with. And I like sharing with you this question, okay? So that you can answer. What is your motivation? Okay? So what is your motivation to become better at time management? Deep inside, what is it? And I'm happy to read a few examples, and then I will invite you to share in the chat what is your motivation to get better at time management, okay? What frustrations you are trying to solve. So for example, one example, I want more time to spend with my friends, to work on craft projects, and to have fun, okay? What is the name of the book again? Rebecca, the name of the book is Time Management from the Inside Out by Julie Morgenstern. Okay, if someone can write that in the chat, I will really appreciate your help, please. Another example, I want more time to talk one-on-one with my kids. Okay, so quality time. Another example, to gain time for personal enjoyment, reading, listening to music. Okay, to be able to accomplish things. My bad time management is stopping me from accomplishing my goals in life, especially finishing my PhD. So I can be gainfully employed as a psychologist. So that's the motivation of this person, becoming a psychologist. Okay? Another example, to stop and smell the flowers. Instead of trampling over them in a mad rush to be somewhere I should have been an hour ago. That's the feeling that we all have, okay? So let me repeat that. To stop and smell the flowers instead of trampling over them in a mad rush, try to be somewhere I should have been an hour ago. You know that feeling when you feel that you are never at the right time, at the right place, and you're always running around, but you are never in the right time, in the right space at the right time, and you're always like, that's a constant feeling that you have throughout your day. So this person wants to stop that feeling, and they want to be able to stop and just be present. Okay, so what is your motivation? Why are you here today? Thank you so much for writing the name of the book, guys. So I want to know, before keep going, what is your motivation? Good morning, lovely people. Good morning, Catherine. Thank you for being here. So I am asking everybody to share what is your motivation for becoming better at time management. And I did share some examples. Another example is, I want peace internally, a sense of satisfaction at my accomplishments rather than constant frustration. Okay? So that's another example. And the last one, to be able to feel like I can take time to do things I know I need to be doing for me every day. Spirituality. Okay? So let's start reading what you guys are sharing. So quality of life, feel more in control of my life, to stop putting out fires and start doing things that are important rather than critical. My motivation is to experience more joy and fulfillment and less anxiety. I want to feel like I accomplish tasks. Amazing, honey. So guys, you are having creating more time for what really matters. Great. I want to spend more time on things I want to do instead of dragging out the tasks I should have done last week. So now, like, the job for you guys that are saying things that are very general is to really be concise about, okay, so what are those things that really matter? Okay, what are they? Is it self-care? Is it exercise? Is it like, what is it? Okay, being more present. Amazing. So these are really great starting points. Trying to learn to have more faith in the universe. Amazing. Using my time well, not giving all my time away to other people's needs. Great. Guys, great. So you already know following my dream to be a brighter. Teresa, can't wait to read your book. I really believe I will heal. I want a clear, simple, serene, full life and know what I enjoy. Before, my life was meaningful, but all about service work. getting healthier and stronger, to enjoy my life instead of thinking everyone is having a better life. I always feel like I am trying to catch up. Amazing, Karen. So some gratefulness there may help you. And this is something that I think we all feel into so many times. We just see someone else having so much fun and success, and we feel like, oh, I'm not having that much fun now. But everybody's lives have ups and downs, right? A majority of the times we only see the good stuff, the ups, but we don't never see the downs. So just keep in mind that. I always feel like I'm trying to catch up too, complete one task instead of jumping from one to another. Polly, amazing. So thank you so much for sharing, guys. Thank you so much. So the book also says what good time management means, okay? And according to this book, good time management means that having the power to make choices, take ownership, and influence the course of your days instead of feeling a victim of your days, okay? So have the power to make choices, take ownership, so start owning your decisions, owning your day, and influence how your day goes so that you stop feeling like a victim of your circumstances, okay? It's about creating days that are meaningful and rewarding to you, whatever that means to you, okay? And feeling a sense of satisfaction in each and every one of your tasks. So feeling satisfaction in everything that you do, okay? So those are two main things. How does this sound to you guys? Is this something that you are looking forward? Any strategies for not getting fixated on one task too long and not productive after a point? Also, how to balance using technology. Okay, I like that, owning my day. So that sounds like what I want. Okay, so this sounds good, right? Like start owning your day, start taking control of what you are doing and how your day is going, and stop feeling like a victim, okay? And then feel more fulfilled, feel more satisfaction with every little thing that you do, okay? Emilio, is this recorded? Yes. Yeah, Amy, this is recorded, okay? I will share the recording in the circle after. The circle, it's called Your Thriving Lifestyle. For those of you who are not members yet, okay? I'm so very grateful for all that I have and all that I give to others, but my lack of energy is not always good, so I have too much time feeling not in control. Thank you, Emilio. Thank you, Diane, for sharing that. And it's good that you are aware of that. Emilio's sailboat analogy. Great, I like this very much. My days don't have enough structure and then I don't get things done. Okay, Beth, I will touch on that, the structure. So many people don't want to have a lot of structure, but they want to get things done. So there is a method for that, okay? So the book talks about developing a big picture view. And this is so important, guys. If you don't have a big picture view, you are just moving through life without a clear direction. So a big picture view is your overriding vision. Your belief, simply put, is the meaning of what your life is all about, okay? Of what you want it to be. Your big picture view keeps you on track, providing the context and motivation for all your decisions about how you spend your time. Okay? Your big picture view gives meaning, motivation, and direction to your life. So, are you guys clear, and do you guys understand what a big picture view means? And do you have one? No. Okay. So, for example, I take myself as an example, okay? Back in 2011, when I met my wife Samantha in New Zealand, we were both traveling together in New Zealand. We didn't know where we were gonna be going to live, but there was one thing that I had inside of me for years. I was working before traveling, and I always had this need inside of, Emilio, you have to start your own thing. Emilio, you are working in a company that you have no control of your time. Emilio, there are processes that you could improve, but you cannot because you work for someone else. Emilio, you have so much to offer, and you can only do it if you create your own thing. Emilio, you have to create your own business. Emilio, you have to have full control of your time and your creativity. So that need was inside of me, always wanted to come out, okay? So when I met Samantha, my wife, she also felt the same way. She also felt like, I have so much to offer and I just don't want to work for someone else, because every time I work for someone else, I can do it, but I feel kind of trapped because I feel that I need to expand, but I just can't because I am on a box, okay? And then some people feel well working for a company, some people don't. In our case, we didn't. So our big picture view since 2012 that we came to Canada, it was to create our own business and lifestyle so that we could have full control of our time, our energy, and our creativity. That was for me my full big picture view, okay? And of course, there are other things in life that are important, like family is important, taking care of yourself, exercising, family time, traveling, all those things. You are not neglecting any of them, but the big picture view for me was to, how can I create a lifestyle that I have full control of, okay? So that was mine. I had no idea how to do it, but over the years, that was my direction. And everything I did, I always kept in mind that idea, that goal, okay? What did you mean by theme of my life earlier? Is that similar to big picture view? Yeah, Amy, a theme is just different ways to be playful with this concept, okay? So a theme for your life could be, imagine that for those of you who are empty nesters, you have transitioned from being full-time parents to now you are full-time empty nesters. But instead of calling yourself empty nester, you can name your theme in a different way. You can think about, what is my life all about now? And if you have no idea, maybe your theme is, right now for the next few months, the theme of my life now is to explore ideas and see how I feel, just for the sake of doing it. Or maybe it's like, pursue the career that I could never do before. Or maybe it is travel the world. I want to go for a 2-year trip because before I couldn't and now I can. Or maybe your theme is to go back to university and do my PhD because that's what's inside of you. So you have to look inside and see what's a need that I have inside my heart that wants to come out and that I couldn't do it before because of circumstances. So just look inside. You have the answers, guys. You are the ones who have the answers. In my case, it's still the same. I need that freedom piece. I need to have full control of my time and energy because I live in Canada. I want to be able to go to Spain anytime I want to spend time with my family. I don't want to have to be a slave of a schedule that I didn't create. So that's my need. So that's my theme. My theme is to be free, to be self-employed, to do what I love doing and get paid for it. So that's my theme. But you guys may have a different one. So it's important to really think about that. And it's okay if you have no answers now, okay? It's okay. Maybe your theme now is I'm gonna be in the process of discovering what my next theme is going to be. And in order for me to do that, I am going to explore and then look inside what ideas are coming up. Because I'm sure you have some ideas of I wouldn't mind to try this. I wouldn't mind to try that. Maybe you have 2 or 3 options. Allow yourself the time to explore them, see which one you feel better with, and then go for it. Okay? Is this helping, guys? Is this more clear? Sabarna, you have so many interests, and that's fine. They don't have to conflict with each other, okay? But I'm pretty sure you have a general theme. You have a general idea of what is it that you want. And you can also create themes for every area of your life, okay? So if you feel that you have different themes that are conflicting with each other, you can divide your week or your day, and then you can say, I have these themes for work. I have these pictures or life visions or whatever for my personal enjoyment. I have these goals for my exercise, okay? So again, there is no right or wrong here, guys. This is just tune into yourself and then see what's inside. If you have 1,000 things, write them down. Start writing them down, divide them in chunks in different areas of your life, and we're gonna go back to this, so don't worry, okay? So once you have that idea, or at least you have the seed in your head of thinking about what's my theme, what's my direction, okay? Where am I trying to go and why? And what's my motivation, right? And you can have this, again, every area of your life can be a little bit different, but then, yeah, your core values, that's a good, like, again, you can use the words that resonate with you. Life vision, goals, themes, just make it playful. Whatever comes up to you, that's the perfect thing for you. But it's just about having the clarity of, like, right now in my life is all about, and again, you are living, you have to take care of your home, you have to take care of your family, you are spending time with your friends, but overall, the main direction that you want to take your life into is, and then you think about it, okay? So when you are trying to do these things, the book talks about what's holding you back, okay? What's holding you back? So Amy says, I used to run a theater company, teach trauma-informed yoga, and run writing groups. I have always wanted to get certified as a psychologist so that I could integrate all these skills to help patients heal in whatever way speaks to their heart and get paid well. Amy, so that's a very clear, like a big vision goal, right? A life vision or goal or theme or however you want to call it, right? That's a very nice direction that you are heading into. So now your job is to, can I make this happen? What is the next step for me? Maybe I can get information about the options that I have to enroll in courses to get this, or maybe whatever that is, right? Like, you just get started moving forward towards that direction. Do you suggest we set specific time frames on our interest we are exploring? I have many interests. Becca, sometimes that helps, because if you find that you are procrastinating and you find that you are not making progress and you feel stuck, by setting a deadline to specific things, that can help you accelerate the process a little bit. So some people may feel good about that, some people may not. Some people may think, I want to explore this and I don't want to set a deadline, and that feels good to me because I have time and I have finances and I'm not worried about like the timeline of it. But some people say, I only have two months because after that I have to get started working again, or I have to like do whatever you have to do. Then that's your deadline, right? Again, look inside and see what feels good to you. Okay? So Diane says, I also think at times it's okay not doing anything, just enjoy each day with my family when I can and be thankful for good health. I am working on purging in my home, but it never ends. I keep thinking once I finish, I can enjoy life more. I spend a lot of time meditating and sometimes working out. At times, I feel like I should be doing more, and in my world, I do a lot. Yes, I do feel stuck sometimes. So, Diane, you mentioned that sometimes doing nothing is what you have to do. That's the truth for me so many times. I am a go, and sometimes my job is to slow down. My job is to be okay being still, be okay being patient, being okay in silence, being okay not doing anything, and don't feel guilty about it. And then I'm starting to be more present. And when I do that, I start to open up for new things to come into my life, because it's not me deciding about everything and go. It's me just stopping, emptying my mind, and just being completely present. And opportunities may start coming to me, and I will be able to see them. And if I have a clear direction of where I want to go, then I will identify, wow, that's a great opportunity that may help me achieve this. Or, wow, that's a great opportunity, but it takes a lot of time and it doesn't feel aligned with me right now, so I don't have to pursue this. You know what I mean? So you are starting to kind of like get in that flow, and it feels good. It feels aligned. It feels natural. You are not resisting something. You are just checking in with yourself. How does that feel? I don't know. I don't think it's the time for me to do that. And it feels good. Okay, so I don't have to do that. Or sometimes like, oh, I'm saying no to this, but why am I saying no to this? This is something that I may enjoy. So what's inside me? What's the resistance in here? Okay? So when you are trying to do these things, there are different things that you have to look at, okay? So what's holding you back when you are trying to do all these things? So there are different things. There are what the book calls technical errors, external realities, and psychological obstacles, okay? So the technical errors are tasks have no home in your calendar. So you don't know when to do those tasks because you don't have a structure that you understand, okay? Another error is you have set aside the wrong time. If you want to become a writer and you are the most clear in the mornings and you try to write at nighttime when you are super tired, maybe that's your error. Maybe you are trying to do the task at the wrong time, okay? You have miscalculated how long a task is going to take. And this is something very common for people trying to declutter their homes. They say, I will do that in an hour, and then it's probably a 10-hour task or a 5-hour task, okay? So just allocating not enough time, not being realistic. Another one, you are the wrong person for the job. So you say yes to something, even knowing that you are not the right person to do that, and you don't want to do that. It doesn't feel aligned. So sometimes saying no to something and being okay with it, it's important. Because you may say yes and you are into something that it just doesn't feel good to you, and you are just forcing yourself to do it, okay? The task is overly complex. So you are trying to, this is something very common. People say, I want to declutter my home. And they are always stuck because decluttering your home is too complex. It's too overwhelming. It's too big of a task. You have to divide it in smaller chunks so that you can take confident action, okay? You can't remember what you have to do. So you have so much stuff to do that you just forget. It's like, it's just too much. So you go into this state of like avoidance because it's just so much. It's just, you just don't know what's going on. So you just go through life like kind of hiding and trying to avoid things because you just don't know how to do it because it's just too much, okay? So Julie, you said that you are looking for the circle. So if you go to my profile on Insight Timer and you go to the About tab and scroll down, you will see the circle right there and you can click on it, okay? If you cannot find it other ways. And I think I missed a comment. I often think my project going towards minimalism should fit in around my work, exercise, etc. And I think I need to allocate real time for it. Yeah, so Savannah, going towards minimalism is very broad. It's very like general, right? So you have to be specific about how you use minimalism in every area of your life and what is your priority, right? If you're interested, I do have a course here on Insight Timer about minimalism, a 14-day course that can help you like embrace minimalism in your life. And you can dive really deep in there and you can access the course classroom, ask any questions, and I will always support you with an audio reply. Okay, so feel free to explore that idea if you want to dive deeper into that, okay? And if you guys are Members Plus, you have access for free to the course, so you don't have to pay extra. And if you are not, I think it's less than $30. So with less than $30, you have a lifetime access to the course and lifetime access to me to ask me any questions you want. Okay, so my approach to each task item toward my goals is in alignment with my values, and this has helped me feel more productive and fulfilled. Erin, thank you so much. Guys, let me ask you one thing. When you do something that feels good to you and it feels aligned and you are having fun, how fast do you do that task? How productive you are? How much are you looking forward to doing that? How easy it is for you to do it, complete that task? Okay? And then the opposite, when you are doing something that feels bad, that doesn't feel aligned, that you don't know how to do, it's kind of like weird, you don't have clarity about it, and you just have this feeling that I'm doing the wrong thing right now. How easy it is for you to be productive? How easy it is for you to procrastinate? Okay? So that's why it's so important to check in with you. Allow yourself the permission to check every time something comes into your life, a demand. Just take a second to say, breathe, and then say, okay, how does this feel in my body? How does this feel in my heart? Am I feeling, oh, it feels kind of nice. That may be interesting. Do I have the time? Yeah, maybe Tuesday nights I can do this. Yeah, actually, I'm going to give it a try and see how it feels. Or maybe it's like, this week is really busy. I'm doing a lot of stuff, and this task, it just doesn't feel right to me. I just don't have interest in doing this. Is it because I have resistance? Is it because there is something inside that I need to work on? Or is it because I truly don't have interest in this? I truly don't have interest in this right now. So I allow myself to say no. Okay? So, dear Emilio, Tips on how to approach tasks with playfulness and lightheartedness like you. So Becca, in order to do that, the best way to include playfulness in your life is to make sure that you have breaks. I shared the Pomodoro technique in a past session. It's basically using a timer, and then you set the timer for like 20 minutes, and then you decide what task you're gonna be focusing on, and then you do that task for 20 minutes, no distractions, and then when the timer goes off, you get a 5-minute break. And then you repeat this process 4 times, and then you get a 20-minute or 30-minute break. Okay, so what I try to do in those breaks is like I stand up, I get a coffee, I juggle my balls, I play an instrument, I read something, I check social media and watch videos I like, I connect with my friends, I go to yoga, I design my ideal week. Ideal week is another exercise that you can learn in my courses or in another lives. Designing your ideal week and creating something that is meaningful to you. When I do that, I feel playful. If I don't do that and I'm not intentional in how I use my time, my days start feeling like I'm kind of dragging myself through my day rather than having excitement and playfulness in my day. So I hope that helps, okay? So another error, your space is disorganized. So how likely are you to complete tasks if your space is disorganized and every time you look at it, you just feel stressed and overwhelmed? So that's another obstacle, right? And then another one, you have an unrealistic workload. You are trying to do way too much and you are just like this, like things on top of your back, and you are going through your day like this. Oh my God, I can't move. It's so heavy. Oh my God, so much stuff on my back. Just let it go. Okay, just let it go and say, I cannot do everything, okay? So external realities. So guys, what's holding you back? We are covering what's holding you back, okay? And I covered some of the technical errors. Now we're gonna cover the external realities. Health problems limiting your energy. Many of you are facing that. That's an external reality, okay, that you are facing, and it's making you don't be so productive, and that's fine. It's a reality that you are facing, okay? You are in transition. When you are transitioning from life stages, you just need time. And that someone here was an empty nester now. They just became an empty nester, okay? Other people's chaos. So you get involved with other people's stuff and then you just cannot move forward, okay? And then some of the psychological obstacles are unclear goals and priorities. We were talking about that, okay? So if you don't have a clear goal in mind, if you don't have a clear outcome, it's very difficult for you to know what feels aligned with you, okay? So Jessie says, I'm managing time with my business. However, certain project tasks that are scheduled in time blocks always incur difficulties and take on many iterations to accomplish. How to manage other pending tasks? Okay, Jessie, let me finish the book first, and then if I have time, we can go back to it, okay? Because I think that's a very deep question, and I would like to cover it nicely, not just in a minute, okay? So, and I think the book is gonna cover some of those things, okay? So another psychological obstacle that we all face is fear of failure or success. Sometimes we are afraid of failing, okay? How many here are afraid of failing when they do something? I am. How many of you are afraid of succeeding? Some people are afraid of succeeding, so they self-sabotage themselves. Because when you succeed, that's gonna open up a new chapter in your life, and then you're gonna feel like, whoa, this is something new I have to manage, and it feels so scary, so big. I rather don't go there. I stay where I am because it feels comfortable. So I don't wanna succeed. I don't want that promotion. I don't wanna move into my new home because it's gonna be so much work. I don't want to take on that new job. I don't want to start that new friendship. You know what I mean? Like, failure of success is real, guys. It's real. Fear of downtime. Some people were commenting on that. We are afraid of having downtime because when we have downtime, we have time to be with ourselves, and sometimes we don't like what we see, and we just need to work through things that are uncomfortable, okay? Another obstacle, psychological, you have the need to be a caretaker, okay? So again, these are some of the fear of completion. So you don't want to complete a task because when it's complete, you don't have anything else to do. Need for perfection. So you need a task done in such a specific and perfect way that you will never get started because it's impossible to accomplish it that way. Okay? Yeah, Amy, health limitations is real. I mean, if I were to have an accident tomorrow and I break my leg, or maybe I get unconscious, and then I have a limitation that is physical, like I won't be able to keep up my lifestyle, the one that I have now. It will be impossible, right? Yes, you can recover. Yes, you can heal. Yes, but that's a transition. You have to allow yourself the time to go through that. And so many times we just don't like that. And sometimes I was injured a little bit and I couldn't play squash, and it was a huge impact in my life. And it's something so little compared with what you guys are going through, right? So this is totally real, and it's a limitation that is outside of your hands. Yes, you can do work on healing. Yes, you can try and get better for sure. But that limitation is still there temporarily. Hopefully it's temporarily. And if it's a lifetime condition, then your work is to live and embrace that and see what you can do best with that limitation. That's the only thing that you can do. And I know it's so easy for me to say that, but when you are living it, I just can't imagine how my life would look like if I were facing something like that. And I'm sure I will be feeling depressed. I'm sure I will have a hard time adjusting. I will probably not be doing these lives because I will be like, what the hell? I don't want to do anything. I want to die. You know what I mean? Like, it's normal to get there because it's so difficult. It's just so difficult. Okay, another obstacle, and this is really real. You fear structure will kill your creativity. Okay? So you fear that the structure that you are creating is going to kill your creativity. Okay? So those are some of the psychological obstacles that we all face. Okay? We all face. So then the book goes into making the time tangible. Okay? How do you make the time tangible? And this is a great example. So the book compares a closet with a calendar. Okay? So in the picture here, you can see a very messy closet. Nothing has a home. Everything is disorganized. There is no system in place. And then it shows the same idea with a calendar, because the way you organize your physical space is very similar to the way you organize your calendar. And this is an example of the same idea of a very tidy closet, that everything is intentional, everything has a home, you know where things are. If you close your eyes, you know where things are here. And it's the same with your calendar. So you took the time to create a calendar that makes sense to you. You took the time to understand where you are going to place your tasks. And then this sometimes takes a little bit of time, and that's okay. Okay? But this is just one example that I really liked. So sometimes we overestimate things, and the book goes through how long tasks take. Okay? And this is an invitation for you to do an exercise like this, like a time log. Start tracking how long the tasks are going to take you. So you say, for example, I have to do the dishes. I am estimating 10 minutes. And then the reality is 20 minutes. Or maybe you have to pay your bills. And then you say, I'm going to do it in 5 minutes. And then you do it, you track your time, and it takes you 1 hour. So when you start becoming aware of the reality, then you will start allocating enough time for things. You will start becoming more efficient with the tasks that you feel you are wasting time. You will set more specific deadlines. You may change that task at a specific time of the day if you feel more energized then. So this is a work in progress. You get started somewhere and then you start improving the system, right? Okay. And then what else I want to show you from the book here? Yeah, the book says that multitasking slows you down. How many of you feel that can multitask? And how many of you feel that multitasking actually slows you down? I would like to know, what's your feeling about multitasking? Is that real or not? multitasking slows me down, cannot multitask, net loss, amazing. Yeah, so multitasking, guys, it will slow you down, okay? For sure. So then something I want to share with you that I think it was interesting was to choose a planner. And guys, how many of you use a planner? Emilio, the author mentioned friendships. I think there are about 6 or 7 of us here mentioning health issues in the chat. Friendships and a sense of community is critical to not be depressed for time. But often I am not physically, mentally available to return calls for almost a week. Any ideas on how to develop relationships with health limitations? Amy, you just have to establish healthy boundaries and communicate with others your situation, okay? So if someone is calling you and they are requesting something from you or they want to chat with you and you cannot return the call, you can send them a text message and you can just say something like, I'm not feeling very well right now, I will return your call when I feel better. Or maybe you can say, I rather chat through email or through WhatsApp. And then that's me. I prefer people connecting with me through WhatsApp sometimes because receiving a phone call sometimes is not the right time for me to be on the phone, right? And then I just can't take it. But a WhatsApp is very nice because I can still send a video, a voice message, and it's more interactive because I can do it when I can and the person can do it when they can. And then sometimes we connect with a phone call too. So there are different ways for you to manage this. It's just make it clear, request from the other people how you need the relationship to work, your best method of communication, and share with them your situation. Not to be a victim, but just share with them, I'm in the process of like going through all this stuff in my life. This stuff is causing me to not be productive. It's causing me to sometimes have headaches. Sometimes I have really low energy and I just don't have energy to be with anyone. And that's the way I feel right now. I'm working to get better, but if I don't respond timely, don't take it personally, it's because I'm not feeling well. Or maybe send me a text message instead. Whatever you need, just share your needs with them. Whatever you need, whatever that is for you, okay? So just make sure that communication flows in a way that feels good to you, in a time manner that feels good to you, and make them aware of your limitations and make them aware that it's not about them. They haven't done anything that upset you. It's just you feeling bad sometimes, okay? And again, check inside with yourself and feel how can I make this relationship better? How can I make this relationship a better fit for me? And just be honest with yourself and just explore that idea and communicate it. I hope that helps, okay? So, some people say that they use a planner. How many people use some sort of calendar? Physical calendar, paper calendar, digital calendar. The idea here is to be able to see your life in one place, okay? If you cannot see your life in one place, it's very difficult to get a sense of where your time is going. It's very difficult to create your ideal week. It's very difficult to design a week that you enjoy, okay? So just make sure that you have some sort of system, especially for those of you who are feeling disorganized, for those of you who don't have clarity about how to do things. I will really, really recommend that you start tracking your time, okay? And happy to share how I do it. So this is a journal that I was using in 2019, okay? It's a regular notebook, nothing fancy, okay? Now I use this one, okay? But I use Google Calendars. I use my calendar in my phone. But when I am doing my designing work or when I'm tracking my time, I like to do it in paper. And this is how it looks like. And sometimes, so basically, this is how it looks like. This is a whole week, okay? So you see that I have columns for every day. So I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I have the times that make sense to me. So for me is like 6 a.m., 7 a.m., all the way up to like 11 p.m. That's what works for me. And then I have a column here that says my main focus for work, my main focus for people, my main focus for personal, people I want to people I want to contact. So these are things that you can customize however you like, and you don't have to have this, okay? That's fine. But then I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I start tracking my time. So on Monday I went to the gym, I did creative courses, I went for a walk, I went to sleep at 10, and then I repeat the same thing every day. Sometimes I use a red, so I have a pen with 4 colors, red, green, black, and blue. So I use the red to write things that I didn't like, things that I would like to change, challenges I faced. And then I use the green to write things I liked. So I liked something from the day, I will write it down. And then by the end of the week, I have a very nice sense of where my time went, okay? And then in here, this is a habit tracker. So you can track your habits here, and then you can see if you are doing them or not. That's another thing that you can add if you want. But guys, I was feeling very overwhelmed at this time. Can you explain the signing work? This is why I did it. Drew, I am self-employed, I have full control of my time, and that's great, but sometimes it's such overwhelming because I don't know when to do things. So I did this exercise not 1 week. I did 2 weeks. I did 3 weeks. So I tracked my time for like over a period of 3 weeks, okay? And then once I saw where my time went, once I read all the comments, things I liked, things I didn't like, then you can go and then design your ideal week, okay? And your ideal week is just an exercise that I have shared so many times. And I'm happy to share an example. I have my ideal week on my physical calendar, on my calendar, digital, but this is an example of how it can look like, right? So you just have blocks of time to do the things that you want to include in your week. And by having a week, you are forcing yourself to be realistic. You are forcing yourself to fit everything in there that makes sense and is realistic. And when you test it, you are going to make sure that you are actually like doing it. And if you start doing that and it feels that it's too much, you're going to write a note saying, this was way too little time for this task. So next week, it's going to become better, right? This is an example of how we set our life vision, life intentions, okay? So this is an example of how we have different areas of our lives, like we have body, we have work, we have family, we have social and family, we have giving back, we have mind and mindfulness. You can create the categories that make sense to you. And then you are setting the intention for each of those categories, okay? So this is just one example, and the book goes through, like, there is a very nice example here that I think is very relevant and is very visual for you to be able to really plan your life in that way, right? Really think about, so some of the categories that she invites you to explore is work, family, self, romance, friendships, finances, knowledge, home, spirituality, community, health. Okay, so these are some of the general that applies to all of us. And if you have specific ones that you have inside, just make sure that you include them. Okay, and then how to do this, like, again, like if you have 1,000, you have to get clear on which ones are you going to pursue, because we only have so much time in life, right? But this is one example of something playful that you can do, okay? So you can draw a picture of yourself. So you can see a woman here in the center of the page, and then that woman has around different circles. Every circle is an area of her life. So she has a self, she has a romance, she has a family, she has a work, and she has a friendship, okay? Inside the self, she has maximized my health. And that may be, I want to go to the gym 3 times a week, or I want to do yoga, or I want to exercise in my basement before I go to work, or whatever that is. I want to drink more water. I want to eat more healthy. I want to, like, whatever that is for you. In romance, maybe she's looking for a mate, so loving relationships. So it's like, how can I find my perfect mate? How can I present myself? Where can I go? stuff like that, right? And then family, the same thing, well-adjusted, self-confident, and limiting the time that I spend with my family if it's too much for me, or spending more time. Again, you have to design something that feels good to you, align with you, and then you will be able to actually do it. Okay? So for example, one example, major life categories, okay? So for self, this person says 10 years from now. And this is sometimes good to think about, where do I want to be 10 years from now? And this person says, self, I am traveling extensively. So I want to have the opportunity to travel a lot. Okay? Family, I am married to someone I love and I will have 3 children. Work, I am running my own business. Finances, I have a huge investment portfolio. Community, I live in a small town where I am surrounded by friendly, caring people. This is just one example. Guys, you can play around with this. You can write the categories that you are thinking of, and then you can write something that sounds inspiring to you right now, and you can visualize yourself 10 years from now, and then visualize yourself actually doing that, living that, experiencing that, and then see how you feel. And this doesn't mean that you are stuck with this. You can change this anytime you want, okay? But this is giving you a clear direction that feels good to you. And this is what we are after here, creating something that feels good to you. And if tomorrow something comes up, my life changes, and there is something more exciting, and I am more clear about that, great, change it. Now you have more clarity. So it's even better, right? But if you don't, you have this to fall into. You have these guidelines to fall into. Okay? So how does it feel, guys, to do this exercise? Like, what do you think of this process of thinking about the different categories that are important to you, really coming up with a sentence that is exciting for you, and then you go back to your calendar and then you look about your week, you track your time, you see where time is going, and then you say no to things that don't feel good, you say yes to more of the things that you want, you start including the things that you are not doing that you want to be doing, and then you get started taking control and ownership of your calendar rather than being a victim. How does that feel? Is that too much for you? Is that sounds good to you? Do you have any specific questions that you have no idea how to do? Any challenges? Just share anything that's coming up for you guys. The categories are holistic. That's important. Clarity on the big picture will help create an ideal week so it is all aligned. Amazing. A bit much with the time tracking, but love the envisioning. The time tracking is not something that you have to do, but it's an invitation for you to be intentional, right? And I would like to invite you to explore, why are you feeling resistance to doing the time tracking? Because it's just having a notebook beside you and you just write what you are doing. So it's not like a huge task. So sounds overwhelming, taking the time to do all of this and still work and do household duties. Tina, you don't have to do all of this all at once. This is something that you can start integrating in your life slowly. So maybe this week you just think about, what are the directions of life? What are the things that I want to really be doing? And again, guys, this is not something that you have to do, okay? This is something that if you feel frustration, if you feel that something is not working in your life, if you are feeling stuck, when you are feeling bad about something, that's an opportunity for you to explore new ideas and new ways. If your life is going well and you are not feeling frustrated, most likely you won't be here. That's the truth. Why would you be here? If your life and time management were good, like, I'm sure you came here because you wanted to change something. Am I right? So just ask yourself, what is it that's something? What is it? And I can tell you one thing. Many people that tell me I don't have time to do this, those are most likely the people who have no idea where their time is going. the people who are the most inefficient people doing tasks. And when you take 1 hour or 2 hours to do this exercise of creating your ideal week, and then you start tracking how you are using your time, when I did this exercise, this is what happened as a business owner. I don't want to do this exercise. This is so much work. This is a big task. I was procrastinating. And my wife was saying, Emilio, why can't you do your ideal week? I don't understand. Why don't you track your time? I don't understand. What's your resistance? So I finally did it. And this is what happened. I have the notebook beside me, started Monday morning, and then, okay, what am I doing? I had to think, what am I doing? Checking my email. Okay, check email. What am I doing? Social media. What am I doing? I'm going to create the course. Oh, someone is calling me. Call. I'm going to check my email. The fact that I had to write down everything I was doing, I became aware of like, wow, why am I checking email like 20 times a day? Why am I going to social media 20 times a day? Why am I receiving calls when I'm not ready to receive them? Why am I creating courses in the morning when I feel busy and evenings is better for me? You know what I mean? That process alone allowed me to like, wow, become aware of so much. So when I decide my ideal week, I'm not starting from a place of overwhelm. I'm starting from a place of like awareness, from a place of like, I have lots of notes to follow. And I was excited to start trying new things. That's why I try the Pomodoro techniques. That's why I try designing my ideal week. That's why I do habit trackers, whatever you need. Okay, so for those of you who are feeling this is overwhelming, this is too much, and I don't have time, you are the guys who need this exercise the most. And I'm sorry to say that, but that was me. That was my behavior. That was my resistance. I was the same as you. This is way too much. I don't need this. This is a waste of time, and it's not going to help me. Well, let me tell you that most likely it's going to help you a lot. So just saying. So for those of you who hate structure, and just to finish the call, so this is a way that she recommends, and I have used this with clients and it does work. Sometimes, for example, this person says, my work week is 40 hours. I need to like sleep 8 hours a day. I want to exercise 3 hours a week. I want to like spend time cooking meals 12 hours a week, whatever that is for you. Instead of creating a window of time at a specific day, a specific time, this person just have a checklist that says, my work week is 40 hours and it has 40 squares. My sleep time is 56 hours and it has 56 squares. And every time that person is spending that hour in something, they will click it in. So by the end of the week, you will have something very clear of how much time you have spent on each category, but you don't have to create a window of time at a specific day. Okay? This is another approach that you can explore if you feel that having structure kills your creativity. Okay? Okay, guys, we are at the end of the session. This was a lot of information. Again, I'm not expecting you to just implement everything all at once. I'm sure that you got something from this. I'm sure that there was 1 or 2 ideas that you kind of had a light bulb lighting in your head. So I will invite you to explore that. The one that tuned the light on you, just give it a try. Give it a try for a week and see how it goes. Okay? The name of the book is Time Management from the Inside Out by Julie Morgenstern. Okay? So guys, I'm sure some of you are feeling overwhelmed, and that's normal. When we talk about time management, it's okay to feel overwhelmed. It's okay to feel resistance. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to feel triggered. And I'm okay to be the bad guy here. I'm okay to be the bad guy, like helping you bring all this up, and maybe you hate me for the next 2 days. But then I know that you will have an aha moment at some time. You will have a moment of motivation where you are going to implement some of these ideas. And when you start seeing the results of it, you will start noticing like, wow, like that was amazing. And it took me this much, but I don't care how long it takes you as long as you do it. Because I know I'm planting seeds in your head and they will eventually grow. So some seeds may die, some seeds may grow. And the ones that grow, I know they're gonna provide you with something beautiful, and I hope you enjoy it. So guys, if you like this session, please support me with a donation if you can, and if not, feel free to check my courses. I have 2 on Insight Timer, one about self-care and one about minimalism. And I also offer now one-on-one mentoring. So you can book a one-on-one call with me if you want to dive deeper into something specific that I cover in my lives, or you want to talk about decluttering your home or your paper or time management, relationships, anything related with intentional living. Feel free to book a call, and then we can dive deeper with you, okay? A little push is good. Yeah, absolutely. You are being so sweet, Emilio, with us. No problem, Patrice. I know how hard this is because I am there, and I'm there so many times. Some weeks I feel in the funk and I don't want to do the work and I just want to do nothing, but then I feel guilty about it. And it's tricky because it's tricky. Sometimes you just have to do the work, and sometimes you don't feel like doing it, and sometimes you don't have to do it. Sometimes our work is actually to don't do anything. And sometimes I feel that way. I don't have to create my ideal week. I don't have to create goals. I don't have to do anything. I just need to flow. I need to listen to myself and just be present and let life happen. And that's how sometimes I feel, that I don't have to do anything. And sometimes I feel I need to do something about this. So look inside, because all the answers are inside of you. Okay? I love your vision, Amy. Amy, way to go. I sent a request. Thanks to everyone here today. Yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. Please, I would love if you can join my circle, Your Thriving Lifestyle, and then just sharing there your progress, any questions you may have, and I will be very happy to support you, okay? And I'm gonna stay for a couple of minutes in case you guys have any further questions. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Whatever you are doing, set the intention. And next week, the next live session is on Tuesday at 10 a.m. Okay? And it's going to be a free flow session. So it's going to be like a Q&A. So guys, bring any questions you may have about time management or any other topic. Okay? So Martina, how do you join the circle? Where can you find it? You can find it if you open the app. On the bottom right corner, you will see like a little circle. If you click in there, you will find circles and then type Your Thriving Lifestyle. That's one way. The other way, go to my profile on Insight Timer, go to the About tab, and then scroll all the way down and you will see the circle there, okay? If you can donate, please do so. Let's support our awesome teachers. Thank you so much, Charlotte. 10 a.m. time zone? Yes, 10 a.m. time zone. Yeah. Patrice, where? What do you mean where? Where do you join the circle? Emilio, when will you talk about this again so I have time to get the book? I don't know, Susan. I don't have a planned session again for this. I don't know if I will be covering this book again or not. I have no idea. It depends on how things flow. But time management is always, you can bring any questions in the free flow session, okay? Is your calendar book a dot journal with no structured lines? Becca, this one is just a regular notebook with lines, so nothing fancy, okay? And the other one, it's a dot journal, okay? It is one of the dot pages. Like again, it's, yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but it has dots. It's personal preference. Can you please the name of the book? It's Time Management from the Inside Out by Julie Morgenstern. Okay? Okay, guys. So if you don't have any further questions for me, I'm happy to let you go. Thank you so much for being here. Emilio, can I be selfish and ask you to read aloud my life vision? Sure. Share them. What is the name of your own personal book, Emilio? A Recipe for an Extraordinary Life. So Amy says, my 10-year vision. Okay, let's send Amy some good vibes here together, okay? I'm gonna read it out loud and you guys think about her and send her good energy. My 10-year vision. I am a published author and licensed psychologist with my own private practice. Yes, you are. I teach trauma-informed yoga and creative writing to people coping with health limitations. Yes. I live in a charming, sweet log cabin in Montana with my fiancé. Yes, beautiful, with a fireplace going on. I can smell it. We are married still and have our beautiful kitty, Maggie, and a little dog too. I can visualize them running around, getting excited when you open the door of the cabin and they go outside, and I can smell the smell of the grass or whatever you have around you. I see trees. Beautiful. Amy, sending you lots of love and good vibes. They are beautiful, beautiful life goals, beautiful visions to have, and just start feeling good about them. Remember, if you came for the law of attraction sessions that we did, remember that what we send to the universe, that's what we're going to receive more of. So read those aloud and always let the emotions flow through you. The gratefulness, visualize yourself being in that cabin with your cat, with your dog, with your husband, and then visualize your office where you do your coaching, or going to wherever you are doing your one-on-one coaching and wherever you're doing the yoga, and then visualize people thanking you for the amazing help that you provided them, and then visualize your website with 1,000 reviews from people that are so grateful to have you. Start like acting on all those things, because when you start acting on all those things and you actually see yourself doing those things, you are sending the universe that vibration of, I deserve this, I want this, there is no challenges for me to get this, this is happening, this is just the reality. And then you are just sending that vibration. So I hope this helps. I hope you sense the energy that we just send you. Okay, this means that I'm sending you energy, and I want everybody in the call to do this for Amy too. Just do this and just visualize her receiving health, receiving anything that she needs to make this a reality. Okay, all the wellness, all the energy, all the creativity, all the motivation, all the love, all the support, everything that you need, Amy, is going your way. Okay, we are sending it to you right now. So make sure that you receive it with open arms. Okay. Thank you guys so much. Love you all of you. Thank you so much for your energy and your presence. And it's time for me to go and have some lunch. Okay. Buen provecho. Gracias, Mónica. Okay, guys. Sending you your way. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Okay? Adiós.